on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
You get a chance early on to see their depth. You got a nice effort from their bench players early in this game.
Yes, Steve, I tell you what, their subs have really packed the punch for them so far.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Evan Turner is out there with Young. Then there's Nick Young. Then there's Andrew Bynum. And it's Holiday in at the 1. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, guys, Knicks coach Mike Woodson asked Amari Stoudemire to spend the summer working on developing his low post moves. Amari says, it's actually great because I've never had a coach that asked me to work on my low post game. I've been a pick-and-roll player my whole career. Being able to shoot the ball from outside and also have a quick first step is an advantage for me. And now to apply some low post moves will even be that much better. Kevin, you have to love the arsenal.
That's a scary thought. Thanks, Doris.
And a smart move. I mean, if he loses some of his quickness, he can still use his strength on the low block.
Oh, we got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. Second in steals, 11th in scoring. As for the rebounding numbers, not as strong as you would think. Top 20 in the league. They certainly are capable of better.
Still, I think the key to their team was the steals that you talked about, because they were a team that put a lot of pressure on the offense. They got out and played the passing lane, tried to force turnovers, and when they did, they usually converted those into points at the other end, and that's one of the reasons they were pretty good.
Nick Young came out of USC as an athletic 6'7" wing who could really shoot the ball, and that's his role. He's a kind of an explosive offensive weapon. You may not want him out there 40 minutes because he's going to take some bad shots, but he can really shoot you into a game.
And the first one at the line is good.
And you know, fellas, when you take a look at Nick Young, he's got that jump shot down pat. I mean, that thing is working on automatic. But it's the other areas, defending, passing, rebounding, that he's got to improve on. He's got room to grow there. I think he's pretty good off the dribble. Those other areas, if he can get those up to par, then he could be a top-flight shooting guard.
And so Young nails them both.
You know, as the Sixers have kind of turned things around here recently, you have to make a connection between them becoming a better defensive team and also who their leader is on the sideline, and that's Doug Collins, one of the best.
Kidd kicks to Smith, jacks up a three, puts up a three-point.
Hey, they might have to make a defensive adjustment. You can't give them that kind of a look from beyond the arc.
Outside Holiday. Young dishes to Holiday. Brown with a screen on Kidd. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Kidd. Over Smith. Young's shot is off. Back to what you said about the 76ers and defense. As they've improved in the standings, it has been all about their defense. Steve, I think for the majority of the season, they were allowing the least points a game of any team in the league.
Well, they established an identity, and that's what every team needs to do. You've got to play to your talents. That's what Doug Collins put together there in Philadelphia. They made a lot of steals. They got out in transition. A tough, quick, defensive-minded team.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Well, on paper, anyway, the Knicks probably have the most intimidating front line in the NBA with Tyson Chandler, Amari Stoudemire, and Carmelo Anthony. A lot of star power here.
And while we can, here's a look at the teams that have the fastest hands in the league last season. Second, the Knicks.
Boy, they had so many guys with quick feet and quick hands on that team. I mean, they put relentless pressure on the opponent. And as a result, they came up with an awful lot of steals. I mean, this team has been very impressive defensively.
Stoudemire's checked in for New York. Felton comes in for J.R. Smith. Then for the 76ers, Spencer Hawes is checked in for Brown. Lavoy Allen comes in for Moultrie. And Terrell Wright has subbed in for Nick Young. Here's Felton, trains the J off the nimble pump step. Steve, that too, you just mentioned a lot of length, of athleticism, a lot of skill.
Yeah, they've got a good complement of players along that front line. I mean, Chandler is a terrific defender and locker room leader. And Murray and Melo, you've got guys that really can score the ball, and they're free to concentrate on that. So it's a definite dynamic trio. One of the best front courts in the league, I think.
And the 76ers making a change here. Ivy's checked in. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Richardson against Felton. Pause the pass to Richardson. 76ers moving the ball around. From deep. The shot is off. And New York will come the other way. Thomas sets a screen for Felton. Back to Thomas. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Thomas got his first points of the game. Ivy kicks the Hawk. Right outside. Feeds it to Richardson. Now the dish to Ivy. Knicks with the rebound.
Well defended. I mean, he's not someone who responds well to that kind of ball. Well, the main strength of his finishing ability in tight. And even if you get a body on him, you can power it through the contact.
And I'll say something else, Steve. He is one of the most powerful finishers we have in this league. He takes it to the rack hard.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes play. Dishes it to Richardson. Here's the three. And Stoudemire pulls it down. Stoudemire's got his third rebound on the night. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
Ivy kicks the Hawk. Right. Pass to Allen. Back to right. A three ball. It's rebounded by New York. Stoudemire's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Hit against right. Kidd dishes to Stoudemire. Puts the lead pass in front of him. They get it again. Thomas kicks to Brute. Second chance effort. And Wright pulls it down. The 76ers leading by 5. Ivy passes to Allen. Over Stoudemire. Another miss by Philadelphia. Now the Knicks with it. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Brewer. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
Brewer out of Arkansas, really good size and strength at that wing position. Really a defender, but offensively he's looking to get to the rim, and he'll move the ball on. He has a good feel for the game.
And that one falls to Brewer.
And guys, when you look at Rodney Brewer, what I like about him is the way he's developed as a defender in Chicago. He's always had the physical tools, good size and strength and length and quickness. I think he's really become a defensive stalwart.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Thomas. And Carmelo Anthony subbed in for Stoudemire. Brewer hits them both.
Boy, how about the roller coaster ride for the Sixers last year, guys? They started out so hot, looked like they were going to control the Atlantic Division. And maybe even be one of the top seeds in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Then they just totally collapsed down the stretch.
Here's Bynum. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Knicks trail by 3. Outside Kidd. And it's all evened up. Kidd got 5 points so far. Talking about the 76ers last year. They had a brutal month of February with some of the best teams in the NBA going into Philadelphia, playing on the Sixers' home floor. So I think Clark and I probably slowed them down. They had some searching there among themselves. Because now they're going to get out of it, but they did. And it's run the play.
Yeah, I think what happened was they had a front-loaded schedule, a lot of home games early in the season. And then the Eastern Conference kind of caught up with them a little bit as you went into the latter part of the season. The Sixers are capable of being a dominant team. They want to be a dominant team in the East. They've still got work to do, but this is a team on the rise.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Kevin, the 76ers are a young, athletic team, but they lack those really elite scorers on their roster. Coach Doug Collins admitted, we're not a great half-court team. As much as I like to work on our offense and try to help us, we're just not a great half-court team. We don't have a great post presence. When we're good is when we can get out into the open floor and up and down in transition. Kevin, after 4 years of being in the top 3 in fast break points, the Sixers fell to 12th last season. They're looking to renew their commitment to scoring in the open floor.
Well, they've certainly got the personnel to get out and run. Thanks.
Well, one of the big advantages for the Knicks is that you know they'll always have money to spend. This is one of the most lucrative organizations in the entire NBA. They've never been afraid of spending a lot on salary in the past, and even with the new collective bargaining agreement rules, I would expect to see the Knicks well into the luxury tax.
The feed now to Shumpert. Shumpert off the pick from Chandler. Steps back and shoots. Shumpert, no good.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Knicks, one of the most storied franchises as well, Steve. We're talking about New York. Even with the Nets coming into town, into Brooklyn, you would think the Knicks and all that great history, Clark, will help them continue to recruit free agents.
Yeah, no question about it. New York is a special place, and it is in the landscape of NBA basketball. It's always going to be a hot destination for free agents. It's a place where guys want to play and want to be, not just for the basketball, but for what New York offers. That's an advantage for the organization.
Turner, covered by Anthony. Turner with it. 6 points for him.
But when you think about Evan Turner, you think about the ball handling, the passing, the rebounding. Second overall pick back in 2010. He's really worked at his shot, too. That's been his only weakness as a pro. But that's gotten better, and I think as you watch him develop over the next few years, it will improve dramatically.
First one falls for him. And for Turner, the good news offensively is he's pretty good, finishing close to the basket.
Yeah, his ball handling is tight. He's got a nice rush hour handle to him. He's got a good work ethic. He's a perfectionist, sometimes to a fault, but you like the fact that he cares and wants to be good and wants to win. His shooting form has been revamped, and he'll continue to get better there. So I think he's going to be really an outstanding pro for a long time. Philadelphia, by virtue of playing a number of games at home early in the season, really started hot last year, but then faded down the Eastern Conference ladder as the season wore on. Part of that was their difficulty in winning games on the road. Simply a fantastic shot, going top speed, but he still cashes in the runner.
Here's Holiday, looking for his first bucket of the game. And here's Young from the arc. The offensive rebound. Chandler with the block. Shots good by Turner.
They're taking advantage of some bad blockouts or no blockouts, and then the long offensive rebounds. Those have been converted into second chances here in the second quarter.
Here's Shumpert. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. You mentioned it, Clark. 76ers road play. They finished 16 and 17 there, which isn't bad, but it kept them down probably at that 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And need a few more wins, it would have changed a lot for them.
Well, as it was, though, it turned into a pretty good draw because they were actually able to play Chicago in the first round after Rose got injured. They won that round, took Boston to 7. So that 8th seed actually was kind of a charm for them.
Goes in. Back to Young. He kicks to Bynum. Here's Turner. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Turner's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
Yeah, really focused on getting the ball into the paint because they're taking advantage of very porous defense down there.
Anthony's shot is off.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Here's Young. It's rebounded by New York. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots just haven't fallen for him.
Felton with the ball. And Young picks him up defensively.
It's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
And Chandler sends it back. Here's Turner. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Knicks trail by 6. Pulls up on the elbow. And that one's good. Jumper. The 76ers shooting not great. 40% for the game. 3-second difference between shot clock and game. And Holiday kicks to Young. Over Camby. Nice D from Camby. Here's Felton. He's got 6. A finger roll finish at the bucket. Now just a 2-point 76ers lead.
I like it. He could have gone for the forced finish, but opted instead for kind of a nice smooth finger roll. I like it.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. 76ers lead by 2. And coming up.